Hey, welcome back everybody. Welcome back to my channel, Amused Jester. My name is Junior. Today we're going to be looking at the Mattel's new Eternia uh, cartoon style He-Man. As you know, I'm still trying to figure out whether I'm going to go full in on this line. I know that for the basic characters, I will be going in. I do have my pre-orders coming in. But I think that at $17.99 or whatever the price might be that I got it from Amazon, I feel like right now it's kind of worth it to me for me to hold on to my pre-orders because I am liking how this thing plays in my hands. Not necessarily completely visually. I'm not completely sold out visually because for me, it still kind of looks like it's a little bit squat. Particularly the upper half of the body from the waist up. It feels not. It doesn't sink in with what's going on waist down with the legs and everything. It looks kind of like short and wide. Kind of looks like what I feel like a dwarf would look like. But there's no denying the fact that visually the style and the head sculpt, I love it. I just love how that looks. So apart from the head sculpt, I love the design of how closely it resembles the filmation style. The color on the breast straps or whatever this thing is called, very is close to what it looks like in a cartoon. The design obviously harkens to the cartoon. Was very basic. There's no red squares over here in the straps. The gauntlet braziers are very basic. The waist is also very basic. It's very much close to what the cartoon looks like, and I think sometimes we do see the scabbard over here. Um, so those are the things I do like from this, right? So, and the way I have mine, I just have it pushed down all the way in. When you're pulling it, you're gonna need a little bit of strength because it does lock in pretty nicely. But I prefer that look rather than having it this way. I realize you can go all the way in if you want to. Just locks it in pretty well. I like that look much better. Um, and articulation is very basic articulation, not like how it is with Masterverse, but I like the fact that with this particular body style or design, look at how close you can put the arms are to the sides of the body. It's really close. And once I've straightened out the legs, it's a little bit more acceptable for me rather than having it bow-legged as it was in the classic look of the toy. I just want to be able to pose my figures kind of like straight down like this, but it still looks like the legs are too short for me. But one of the things I do like about this, because for 17.99, this is the kind of thing that you just kind of be, you can hold it in your hand, start posing it and all that stuff, and get kind of like, you don't have to worry about breaking stuff, right? At least for this particular figure. It's very basic. It's all it has is the power sword and the scabbard and the armor over here. It's very basic. It's not like you're gonna break off the fingers or even the thumb. The plastic material is well done. Now, one of the things why I like this figure so much is because when I initially had Beastman, the first figure I ever had of this line, I had him on a pose similar to this for almost like a week or two, and the guy did not move at all. He didn't topple over, he didn't flop down. He just basically stayed in this pose for a whole week without any kind of floppiness and everything. And I think it's because the toy is so light or light enough, and in conjunction with the joints having some sort of kind of like a very basic ratchet system that is able to hold that pose. See, all that stuff that I'm moving in, that's where the ratchet are. And it's able to hold that pose without any kind of difficulty. Now, in time, those ratchets, they're very soft. They might eventually give out. But for now, I really do like the fact that I can pose it. And this is coming from a guy that usually has his figures kind of like in an A stance, only because I'm trying to save space. By the power of Grayskull, that's basically it. That's the reason why right now I'm keeping my pre-orders of this figure, because that head sculpt is so much more worth it for me. Because for 17.99, not only are you getting a really good representation of the filmation style head sculpt for He-Man that basically finishes a character for me the way it's almost perfect, right? But if I had been able to take this and put it in that one, I would be so much more happier. But I can't. The body is just way too small for that. It just won't even clasp. So I'm looking for something that represents similar to this and put it in that one, because I like the contrast that the squares are putting in that belt loop on the chest, but this is closer to what the cartoon is. And I was actually thinking of using this sword as well. And of course, I really want, if I, the only way this can be beat, this figure right now, is to have this simple, very simple design being put on this figure body. But I feel like this pretty much captures how I want my He-Man figure to be for $6. And this is on the 40th anniversary He-Man figure that I got from Ross for $5.99. $5.99, guys. And it just completes the figure. It just completes He-Man for me. And once I have these guys in hand, I might get doubles of these guys, because I really do want that head sculpt. And you might be thinking $17.99 just to get a head sculpt to swap out with your Masterverse figures. I'm kind of okay with that, because if you were to get this third party where somebody's 3D printing it and painting it for you, you're not going to be spending $17.99. You're going to be spending like $35. And I can't, for a head sculpt, I'm not going to do that. But for $17.99 with a figure, where it comes with a figure, then I'm going to go ahead and do that. Because at the end of the day, if I want to, I can just take out the head, put it back on, and just keep playing with this. Now, one of the things I don't like about this figure is that when we switch back to this type of clasping instead of the original, where here is kind of hidden over here, I never liked this type of clasp in the original toy line, because they always slipped, and it's very, very annoying. And it's doing it in this one too, right? There's some things it's good to be nostalgic about, some things it's not. That's why I never got to Origins. It was too close to the toy, and to the original toy, and I'm past that. I'm 50. I went through that already when I was young. I don't need to go back in the old toy line. I don't want more. I want things to progress to something closer to what I want. So that's the only thing. These things are kind of annoying, but yeah, other than that, I'm gonna go ahead and keep my new Eternia line. I think it's awesome. So thank you for watching. Have a nice day, and I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Goodbye.